Someone is writing love songs about you right now, and they don't even know your name yet. The angels are watching this divine orchestration unfold, and today, we need to talk about what's coming for you in ways that will shift everything you thought you knew about love, destiny, and the abundance waiting at your door. Welcome, beloved. Welcome to this sacred space where heaven touches earth and truth pours out like honey. We are so grateful you're here. Your presence in this moment is not an accident. Before you clicked on this video, your name was already written in the stars for this exact message at this exact time. The angels have been waiting for you to arrive here, and now that you have, everything is about to change. If you can feel that shift in your spirit right now, if something inside you is already stirring with recognition, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and turn on those notifications, because what we're about to share with you is going to require you to come back and watch again. This isn't just information, this is activation. Now, before we go any further, we need you to do something powerful. We need you to activate your faith and open the doorway for these blessings to flow. If you believe that God has someone extraordinary designed specifically for you, if you believe that love and abundance can walk through your door hand in hand, if you believe that heaven is orchestrating something beyond your wildest imagination, type these words in the comments right now. I believe. Go ahead, beloved. Type I believe. This simple act of faith is going to unlock something in the spiritual realm. The angels are watching, and your declaration matters more than you know. Let's talk about what's really happening right now in the unseen realm. There is someone walking the earth at this very moment whose soul is tied to yours with golden threads that were woven before either of you took your first breath. This person isn't just your soulmate. They are a living miracle, someone who has been blessed with extraordinary abundance, someone who moves in rooms of power and influence, someone whose bank accounts overflow but whose heart has remained empty until now. We're talking about your billionaire soulmate, and yes, we said billionaire because God doesn't do small things when he's making a statement about your worth. This person has everything the world says matters. They have the success, the wealth, the influence, the resources to change lives with a single decision. They have traveled the world, built empires, made investments that turned into fortunes. But here's what the angels want you to understand. In all of that abundance, in all of that achievement, there has been a hollowness. A space that no amount of money could fill. A longing that no business deal could satisfy. A hunger that no worldly pleasure could feed. And that space, beloved, that empty place in their soul, it's shaped exactly like you. Right now, in 2025, something is happening in their life. The angels are moving in their world in ways they don't fully understand yet. They're waking up different. They're feeling different. They're being pulled in a direction that doesn't make logical sense to their mind, but feels completely right to their spirit. And in this season, they're going to create something that the world will notice. They're going to release a song, a message, a piece of art that's going to hit the airways and capture hearts everywhere. But here's the secret that only heaven knows. That song isn't really for the world. That song is for you. Every lyric is a prayer they don't know they're praying. Every melody is a frequency that matches your heartbeat. Every word is a confession of a love they haven't experienced yet, but somehow already know. They are singing into the atmosphere, calling you forward, even though they haven't seen your face. Their soul knows you. Their spirit recognizes you. And the universe is about to arrange the circumstances that bring you together in a way that will leave both of you breathless with wonder at how perfectly God orchestrates the impossible. You might be wondering how this could be true. You might be sitting there thinking about your current circumstances, your bank account, your past relationships, your age, your situation, and wondering how someone of such magnitude could be destined for you. And this is exactly where faith has to rise up and silence the voice of limitation. The Bible tells us in Ephesians 3:20, "Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us." Did you catch that? Not just what you ask for, not just what you think possible, but exceeding abundantly above all of it. God is not impressed by human limitations. The angels don't operate according to your past or your current circumstances. Heaven sees you as you truly are, in your divine design, in your full glory, in your complete worthiness. And from that perspective, a billionaire soulmate isn't a stretch. It's actually perfect alignment, because you, beloved, carry wealth inside of you that has nothing to do with money. You carry riches in your spirit, treasures in your soul, abundance in your very essence. And what's about to happen is an equal exchange. They will bring material wealth, yes, but you will bring something far more valuable. You will bring the wealth of true love, authentic connection, spiritual depth, and the kind of peace that money cannot buy. The angels have been preparing both of you for this meeting. While you've been going through your journey, learning your lessons, healing your wounds, growing in your faith, becoming who you needed to become, they've been on their own path too. They've been building, yes, but they've also been breaking. They've experienced the emptiness of success without love. They've learned that being at the top alone is actually being at the bottom of what matters. They've discovered that all the wealth in the world becomes meaningless when there's no one to share it with who sees them, truly sees them, not for what they have, but for who they are. And this is where the song comes in. This hit song that's coming in 2025, it's a pivotal moment in their journey. It's the moment where their private longing becomes public declaration. The words they've been feeling in the midnight hours. The dreams they've been having about a love that's real. The prayers they've whispered when no one was around. All of it is about to pour out in a creative expression that the whole world will hear. But you will hear it differently. When that song plays, something in your spirit will jump. You'll feel it in your bones. You'll know, even if your mind tries to dismiss it, that this message is connected to you somehow. The angels want you to pay attention to what you feel drawn to in this season. Pay attention to the songs that make you stop and listen. Pay attention to the messages that seem to speak directly to your situation. Pay attention to the moments where you feel a strange sense of knowing, like you're remembering something that hasn't happened yet. These are all breadcrumbs on the path that's leading you to divine encounter. Your billionaire soulmate is leaving clues in the universe, and your spirit knows how to read them. Now, let's talk about what this relationship is actually going to look like, because the angels want to shift your expectations from fairy tale to something even better, divine reality. This isn't going to be a relationship where you lose yourself in someone else's world. This is going to be a partnership where you both step into a bigger world together. Their resources are going to become tools for your shared purpose. Their influence is going to open doors for the mission you're both going to carry. Their success is going to be a foundation, not a ceiling, for what you're going to build together. You are not going to be someone's accessory. You are not going to be arm candy or a trophy or someone who just enjoys the lifestyle. You are going to be a partner in every sense of the word. Your voice will matter in their decisions. Your wisdom will guide their choices. Your presence will ground them when the world gets chaotic. Your love will remind them why any of it matters. You will be their home and they will be your wings. Together you will fly to heights neither of you could reach alone. The angels are so excited about what you two are going to do together. The marriages that will be saved because of your testimony. The businesses that will be started because of your investment. The children who will be fed because of your generosity. The lives that will be changed because you said yes to this divine assignment called love. This relationship isn't just about your happiness, though you will be happier than you've ever been. This relationship is about the kingdom of God advancing on earth through two people who love each other and love humanity enough to use everything they have for good. But here's what you need to do right now. In this moment, while you're still in the waiting season, you need to prepare. Not by becoming someone you're not, but by becoming more fully who you already are. You need to heal the wounds that would cause you to sabotage this blessing. You need to break the patterns that would make you feel unworthy of this love. You need to strengthen your faith to the point where when the impossible shows up at your door, you don't run from it, you run toward it. The angels are working on you just as much as they're working on your soulmate. Every challenge you're facing right now is developing capacity in you for what's coming. Every disappointment is actually an appointment with your own growth. Every closed door is protecting you from settling for less than God's best. Every lonely night is actually sacred preparation time where you're learning to be whole on your own so that you can be healthy with someone else. Don't despise this season. It's not punishment, it's preparation. And while you're preparing, the angels want you to start living like someone who knows what's coming. Start taking care of yourself like someone who is about to meet their soulmate. Start speaking to yourself like someone who is worthy of extraordinary love. Start making decisions like someone who is about to step into a life of abundance. Start walking with your head up like someone who knows their value. Because the energy you carry right now is what you're going to be carrying when you meet them, and you want to make sure it's the energy of faith, not fear. Hope, not desperation. Confidence, not insecurity. If you're feeling this message deeply right now, if something inside you is saying yes to everything we're speaking, do us a favor and hit that like button on this video. That simple act tells the universe, tells the angels, tells heaven itself that you are in agreement with this word. And when you agree with heaven, heaven moves on your behalf. Let's talk about the message in the song itself. While we can't tell you the exact words, because your soulmate hasn't written them all yet, we can tell you the themes. We can tell you the heartbeat of what's being composed in their spirit right now. The song is about finding what you didn't know you were looking for. It's about recognizing someone you've never met. It's about a love that feels ancient and brand new at the same time. It's about coming home to a person, not just a place. It's about worth and value and seeing someone's true beauty, not just their surface. It's about commitment and forever, and choosing someone every single day. When this song releases, it's going to touch millions of people because everyone longs for this kind of love. But for you, it's going to be a direct message. You might hear it in a coffee shop and feel tears start to form. You might hear it on the radio and have to pull your car over. You might hear it in a store and feel like someone just spoke your secret prayers out loud. Don't ignore that feeling. That's confirmation. That's the angels saying, pay attention, this is connected to your story, and here's something beautiful the angels want you to know. Your billionaire soulmate is going to need you just as much as you need them. Maybe even more. Because what you carry, what you bring, what you offer, it can't be bought. It can't be achieved. It can't be earned or acquired or worked for. It can only be given and received in the sacred space of true love. You have the ability to see them beyond their accomplishments. You have the capacity to love them even if everything disappeared. You have the gift of making them feel safe enough to take off the armor they wear in the world. That is priceless. That is what they've been searching for, and that is what you uniquely carry for them. Some of you watching this have been through relationships that didn't work out. You've been with people who didn't value you, didn't see you, didn't treat you the way you deserved. And those experiences planted lies in your heart about your worthiness. The enemy wants you to believe that if it didn't work before, it won't work now. That if you've been rejected before, you'll be rejected again. That if you've been hurt before, hurt is all that's available to you. But the angels are here today to demolish those lies with truth. What happened before was not a reflection of your value. It was simply the wrong person at the wrong time. And every wrong person was actually redirecting you toward the right one. Romans 8:28 reminds us, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. All things, beloved, not just the good things, not just the easy things, all things. That heartbreak you went through, it worked for your good by teaching you what you won't tolerate again. That betrayal you experienced, it worked for your good by showing you the value of loyalty. That loneliness you felt, it worked for your good by teaching you how to be whole on your own. Everything has been preparation. Nothing has been wasted. Your billionaire soulmate has a story too. They've had relationships that looked perfect on paper but felt empty in reality. They've been with people who wanted their money but not their heart. They've experienced the unique loneliness of being surrounded by people who only see what you can do for them, never who you actually are. They've built walls to protect themselves, and those walls have kept them safe but also kept them isolated. You are going to be the one they feel safe enough to let in, not because you're trying to get in, but because your love is so genuine, so pure, so real that the walls naturally come down. The year 2025 is significant. The angels have been watching the timeline, watching the divine appointments being set up, watching the circumstances being arranged. Everything is aligning. The lessons you both needed to learn are being learned. The healing you both needed to receive is happening. The growth you both needed to experience is occurring. The preparation season is coming to a close, and the manifestation season is on the horizon. This is not a maybe. This is not a wish. This is a heavenly decree that's being released over your life right now. But you have a role to play in this. You can't just sit back passively and wait for everything to fall into your lap. You have to actively participate in your own destiny. You have to walk in faith, not just talk about it. You have to make room in your life for this blessing. That might mean ending situationships that are keeping you tied to the wrong person. That might mean healing the wounds you've been avoiding. That might mean forgiving people who hurt you so you're not carrying bitterness into your new season. That might mean upgrading your environment, your habits, your circle, your mindset. That might mean investing in yourself, in your appearance, in your health, in your growth, in your peace. The angels are not asking you to be perfect. They're asking you to be ready. There's a difference. Perfect means flawless, and that's not human. Ready means available, open, prepared, expectant. You can be ready with the past. You can be ready with scars. You can be ready with a story that includes chapters you wish you could erase. Ready isn't about where you've been. Ready is about where you're going, and your willingness to move when heaven says move. Let's talk about the practical side of this for a moment, because some of you are wondering how you would even meet a billionaire. Your circles might not include wealthy people. Your daily routine might not put you in rooms with powerful people. Your current reality might look nothing like the world they operate in. And this is where you have to trust divine orchestration over human logic. God specializes in impossible connections. The Bible is full of stories where people who should never have met ended up in the same space at the same time because heaven arranged it. Ruth was a poor widow gleaning in fields just to survive, and she ended up married to Boaz, one of the wealthiest men in the region. It wasn't her strategy. It wasn't her networking. It was divine appointment. Esther was an orphan, and she ended up as queen, in position to save her entire people. It wasn't her plan. It was God's plan. Your meeting with your billionaire soulmate will have that same fingerprint of the divine all over it. You'll end up somewhere you wouldn't normally be. They'll end up somewhere they wouldn't normally be. And in that collision of divine timing, your eyes will meet, and both of your lives will change forever. It might happen at a charity event you almost didn't attend. It might happen on a flight you almost didn't book. It might happen in a city you're visiting for reasons that seem unrelated. It might happen through a mutual connection you didn't even know you had. It might happen in the most unexpected, unlikely, absolutely perfect way that only God could write. Your job isn't to figure out the how. Your job is to stay in faith, stay ready, and stay obedient to the nudges the Holy Spirit gives you. When you feel prompted to go somewhere, go. When you feel led to say yes to an invitation, say yes. When something in your spirit says this is significant, pay attention. The song your billionaire soulmate is creating, this 2025 hit, it's going to be playing in the background of your love story. Years from now, when you're together, when you're building your life side by side, that song will come on and you'll both smile because you'll remember. You'll remember when it was just a message in the atmosphere. You'll remember when you heard it and felt something stir. You'll remember the journey from that moment to the moment you met. And you'll be in awe of how perfectly God orchestrated every single detail. Music has always been a language of the soul. It reaches places that words alone can't touch. It carries frequencies that bypass the mind and speak directly to the heart. Your soulmate is a creative, whether they identify as an artist or not. They have something in them that needs to be expressed, and this song is part of that expression. It's going to be their vulnerability on display. It's going to be their heart in melody form. And when you hear it, your heart is going to recognize their heart, even before your eyes see their face. The angels want you to know that you are not behind schedule. You are not late. You are not missing anything. You are right on time for everything that's meant for you. Every person who didn't choose you was actually God's protection, making sure you were available when the right one showed up. Every delay was actually perfect timing, making sure you were mature enough to handle the blessing. Every detour was actually the exact route you needed to take to end up at the right destination. Trust the timing, trust the process, trust the God who holds it all in his hands. Now we want to pause for a moment and invite you to do something powerful. We want you to share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. You might know someone who has given up on love. You might know someone who thinks their past disqualifies them from a beautiful future. You might know someone who is settling for less than God's best because they don't believe better is available. Share this video with them. Be the messenger that the angels use to encourage someone else's faith. When you sow into someone else's hope, you water your own seeds of destiny. Let's get into the specifics of what the angels are seeing in your future with this person. They're seeing early morning conversations where you talk about everything and nothing. They're seeing laughter that comes from the deepest place of joy. They're seeing partnership in decision-making where both voices matter and both perspectives create a fuller picture. They're seeing travel to places you've only dreamed of, but the best part isn't the destination, it's who you're with. They're seeing quiet moments that mean more than grand gestures. They're seeing a love that isn't just passionate but also peaceful. A love that doesn't just excite you but also calms you. A love that doesn't just make you happy but also makes you whole. They're seeing you being celebrated, not just tolerated. They're seeing you being pursued, not just accepted. They're seeing you being cherished, not just liked. They're seeing you being honored, not just acknowledged. This is the kind of love that changes your definition of love. This is the kind of relationship that heals wounds you didn't even know you had. This is the kind of partnership that makes you grateful for every single thing you went through to get there. Your billionaire soulmate is also going to learn from you. You're going to teach them things that money can't buy lessons about. You're going to show them what it means to love without agenda. You're going to model what authenticity looks like. You're going to introduce them to parts of life they've missed while building their empire. You're going to help them slow down and be present. You're going to remind them that success without love is just exhaustion with a better bank account. You're going to be their teacher just as much as they're going to be yours. And together, you're going to create a legacy. Not just wealth that gets passed down, though there will be that, but a legacy of love, of faith, of generosity, of impact. You're going to be the couple that people point to and say, that's what I want. That's what real love looks like. That's what partnership is supposed to be. Your relationship is going to be a testimony that encourages others to wait for the right person instead of settling. It's going to be proof that God still does immeasurably more than we can ask or imagine. The message in the song is also a message for you right now, even before you meet. It's telling you that you are worth finding. You are worth writing songs about. You are worth someone's best effort. You are worth the search, the wait, the journey. Don't let anyone or anything convince you otherwise. Don't let past rejection make you believe you're rejectable. Don't let temporary loneliness make you believe you're unlovable. Don't let current circumstances make you believe you're stuck there forever. You are in transition. You are in the hallway between where you were and where you're going. and the door is about to open. Proverbs 18:22 says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." Your billionaire soulmate is about to find you, and in finding you, they're going to find the favor they didn't even know was missing. You are the good thing. You are the favor. You are the blessing they've been searching for in all the wrong places. And when they find you, when your paths cross, when your lives intersect, heaven is going to release a level of favor over both of you that will be undeniable. Some of you right now are feeling the weight of financial pressure. Bills are tight. Resources are limited. The gap between where you are and where you want to be feels overwhelming, and the enemy wants you to look at that gap and feel unworthy of someone who has abundance. But the angels want you to flip that perspective. Your current financial situation is actually setting you up to be the perfect partner for someone with wealth because you understand the value of things. You don't take abundance for granted. You know what it's like to struggle, to pray over bills, to trust God for provision. That perspective is going to keep you both grounded when the blessings flow. You're not going to worship money because you know money isn't God. You're going to steward it well because you understand it's a tool, not a treasure. Your billionaire soulmate needs someone who won't be changed by the wealth, someone who will help them use it for purpose, not just pleasure. Someone who remembers where they came from even when they're stepping into where they're going. That someone is you. The angels are also highlighting that some of you have been getting signs already. Dreams that felt significant, thoughts that won't leave you alone, a knowing in your spirit that something big is coming, a restlessness with where you are because you can feel the pull toward where you're supposed to be. These aren't random feelings. These are spiritual confirmations. Your soul is picking up on what's happening in the realm of the spirit. Your soulmate is getting closer. The timeline is accelerating. The preparation season is wrapping up. The manifestation is imminent. This is why it's so important that you don't give up now. Don't throw in the towel when you're this close. Don't settle for someone who is available when the one you're actually meant for is almost here. Don't compromise on your standards because you're tired of waiting. Don't lower your expectations because the world tells you to be realistic. God isn't realistic. God is supernatural, and what he has for you is supernatural too. We want to talk about the emotional and spiritual intimacy you're going to share with this person. Yes, there will be physical attraction. Yes, there will be chemistry. But what's going to set this relationship apart is the depth of connection on every level. You're going to be able to talk about your faith together. You're going to pray together. You're going to seek God together for decisions. You're going to build your life on a spiritual foundation that can weather any storm. You're going to feel safe being vulnerable. You're going to be able to share your fears without judgment. You're going to be able to express your dreams without them being dismissed. You're going to be able to show up as your full self, not an edited version you think is more acceptable. And they're going to love every part of you, including the parts you've been hiding because you thought they were too much or not enough. This is the relationship where you finally exhale, where you finally stop performing, where you finally feel like you can just be, and in that space of being, you're going to discover who you really are at the deepest level. Love has a way of revealing us to ourselves. The right love, the godly love, the soulmate love, it shows us our beauty, our strength, our worth. It doesn't exploit our weaknesses, it helps us heal them. Your billionaire soulmate has been asking God for someone real. Someone who isn't impressed by their wealth, but is impressed by their character. Someone who doesn't want to be with them for what they have, but for who they are. Someone who would love them if everything disappeared tomorrow. Someone who sees past the public persona to the private person. Someone who makes them feel known, not just known of. You are the answer to that prayer. You are what they've been asking heaven for. And heaven is about to answer by bringing you into their life. The song that's coming, this 2025 hit, it's going to have a moment where the lyrics hit a certain way and you'll feel it in your core. You might not even be someone who usually pays attention to lyrics, but these will catch you. You might not even like the genre, but something about this particular song will draw you in. Pay attention to that. The angels use everything, including music, to speak to you. That song is a bridge between where you are and where you're going. It's a signpost on the journey. It's a confirmation of what heaven is orchestrating. And when you eventually meet your soulmate and the story of how you met unfolds, that song is going to be part of the testimony. You'll tell people about how you heard it and felt something. They'll tell people about how creating it changed something in them. And together, you'll marvel at how God was speaking to both of you before you even knew each other existed. Now let's address some fears that might be coming up as you receive this word. Some of you are afraid that you won't know what to do in a world of wealth. You're afraid you'll feel out of place at fancy events. You're afraid you won't know which fork to use at formal dinners. You're afraid you'll say the wrong thing or embarrass yourself or not fit in. The angels want you to release that fear right now. You are not going to be dropped into a world you're unprepared for. You're going to be walked into it by someone who loves you and wants you to feel comfortable. And more than that, you're going to bring something to that world that it desperately needs: authenticity. Those spaces of wealth and power are often filled with performance and pretense. People saying what they think they should say. People being who they think they should be. You're going to walk in as yourself, and that's going to be refreshing. That's going to be attractive. That's going to be exactly what's needed. Don't try to become someone else to fit into their world. They're going to love you for being exactly who you are. And honestly, you're going to help change their world by bringing your perspective, your values, your heart into it. Some of you are afraid that it sounds too good to be true. You're afraid to hope because you've been disappointed before. You're afraid to believe because you don't want to be let down again. The angels understand that fear, but they're asking you to choose faith anyway. Faith isn't the absence of fear. Faith is feeling the fear and choosing to believe God anyway. You can be scared and still say yes to what heaven is offering. You can have doubts and still take steps forward. You can feel unqualified and still accept the assignment. The safest place you can be is in the center of God's will for your life. And if a billionaire soulmate is part of that will, and we're telling you it is for those this message is meant for, then trying to protect yourself from hope is actually protecting yourself from blessing. Open your heart. Take the risk. Believe for the impossible. You won't regret it. Let's talk about the timeline a bit more. We said 2025 and we're in that window now. That doesn't mean you're going to meet on January 1st and be married by February. Divine timing doesn't always move at the speed we want, but it always moves at the speed that's right. What we're saying is that the pieces are coming together this year. The song will be released this year. The circumstances that lead to your meeting are being arranged this year. The actual meeting could happen this year, or the groundwork for it is being laid this year. Trust the process. Don't get so focused on the exact date that you miss the journey. Every day between now and when you meet is important. Every day is preparing you. Every day is developing you. Every day is positioning you. Don't wish this time away. Use it, grow in it, become in it. When you look back, you'll be grateful for this season because you'll recognize that it made you ready for what you were asking for. The angels want you to start speaking to your future like it's already done. Start thanking God for your soulmate now. Start praying for them now. Start blessing them now, even though you haven't met them yet. Declare that they are protected, that they are growing, that they are being prepared just like you are. Speak to the relationship you're going to have. Declare that it will be built on faith, filled with love, overflowing with joy, grounded in purpose. Your words have power. Use them to prophesy your future into existence and start making space in your life for this person. Not just physical space, though you can do that too, but emotional space, mental space, spiritual space. If you're still holding on to past relationships in your heart, let them go. If you're still replaying old hurts in your mind, release them. If you're still carrying bitterness toward people who wronged you, forgive them. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. You can't step into your new season carrying the baggage from the old one. It's time to lay it down. Some of you have been in a season of isolation. You've been alone more than usual. You've been in a quiet season where it feels like everyone else is out living life and you're stuck at home. The angels want you to know that this wasn't punishment. This was preparation. You've been in the secret place with God. You've been being shaped and molded and refined. You've been learning to hear His voice above all the noise. And when you step out of this season, you're going to step out different. You're going to step out ready. You're going to step out carrying an anointing that can only come from time alone with the Father. Your billionaire soulmate is going to be attracted to that anointing. They're going to sense something different about you. They're going to feel a peace around you that they don't feel around others. They're going to be drawn to your presence because your presence carries the presence of God. That's not something you can fake or manufacture. That's something that only comes from genuine intimacy with the Lord. And all those hours you spent praying when you felt alone, all those nights you worshipped through tears, all those moments you chose faith over fear, they were building something in you that's about to become incredibly valuable in your next season. We're going to ask you to do something else right now. If this message has stirred hope in your heart, if you can feel faith rising, if something inside you is saying yes to everything we're releasing, go ahead and comment, blessed and ready. Type it out, blessed and ready. This is your declaration that you are ready to receive what God has for you. This is your agreement with heaven's plan. This is you saying yes before you can even see the full picture. Type blessed and ready and watch what God does with your faith. The message in your soulmate song is going to echo something you felt but couldn't put into words. It's going to validate something you've known in your spirit but doubted in your mind. It's going to give language to the longing you've carried. And when you hear it, you're going to feel less alone. You're going to feel seen. You're going to feel like someone out there gets it, even if you don't know who they are yet. Music has a way of connecting souls across distance. Two people can hear the same song and feel the same thing and not even know the other exists, but they're connected through that shared experience. Your soulmate is creating a connection point. They're putting something into the world that your soul will recognize. And the beautiful thing is, they're doing it because they can't help it. It's flowing out of them because it's what's in them. They're not trying to find you with this song. They're just being authentic, and their authenticity is going to call to your authenticity. This is why you have to stay true to yourself. Don't try to be who you think someone successful would want. Don't try to package yourself into something more palatable or acceptable or impressive. Just be you, the real you, the you that God created. The you that loves what you love and feels what you feel and thinks what you think. That's the you that your soulmate is going to fall in love with. Not some character you're playing or some version you're performing. The actual you. We want to talk about what happens after you meet. Because the meeting is just the beginning. The relationship that unfolds is going to be a journey of discovery. You're going to learn each other. You're going to navigate combining two lives that were separate. You're going to work through differences and celebrate similarities. You're going to have moments that are easy and moments that require effort. Because this is real love, not fairy tale love. Real love is better than fairy tales because it's actually sustainable. You're going to have your first disagreement and you're going to learn how to fight fair. You're going to have your first big decision to make together and you're going to learn how to honor both perspectives. You're going to have moments where you trigger each other's wounds and you're going to learn how to heal together instead of hurting each other. You're going to build a relationship that isn't perfect but is perfectly suited for the two people in it, and through it all, God is going to be at the center. That's what makes this different from worldly relationships. This isn't just two people trying to make it work on their own strength. This is two people inviting God into every part of their relationship and letting Him lead. And this is two people who pray together, worship together, seek God together. This is a threefold cord that cannot be easily broken. The wealth that your soulmate brings is going to be a tool in God's hands. You're going to be amazed at the doors it opens for ministry, for generosity, for impact. You're going to be able to bless people in ways you never could before. You're going to be able to support causes that matter. You're going to be able to make a tangible difference in the world, and that's going to bring a level of fulfillment that makes the wealth itself secondary. It's not about having money. It's about what you can do with it for the kingdom. The angels see you funding orphanages and food banks and mission trips. They see you starting foundations that change lives. They see you being the answer to someone else's prayer because you have the resources to help. They see you using what you've been given to advance the kingdom of God on earth. And that's the real purpose behind the blessing. It's not just for you. It's through you for others. Your story is going to give people hope. When you share your testimony of how God brought you and your billionaire soulmate together, people who had given up on love are going to believe again. People who thought they were forgotten are going to feel remembered. People who settled for less are going to find the courage to walk away and wait for more. Your life is going to preach a message that will reach people who would never step into a church. Your love is going to be a sermon that everyone can understand. And that song, that 2025 hit, it's going to be part of your testimony forever. It's going to be the song you dance to at your wedding. It's going to be the song that plays during special moments. It's going to be the song you hear years later and still feel all the feelings. It's going to be woven into your story in a way that only God could orchestrate. We're coming to a close, but before we do, we want to leave you with this final encouragement. You are not crazy for believing this word. You are not foolish for having faith. You are not naive for hoping. You are actually operating in the realm of the Spirit, where impossible things become possible, where heaven invades earth, where God does exceedingly abundantly above all we could ask or think. Hold on to this word. Come back and watch this video again when doubt creeps in. Let these truths wash over you repeatedly until they're rooted so deep in your spirit that nothing can shake them. You have a billionaire soulmate. They are real. They are out there. They are being prepared, and they are creating a song that carries a message for you. This is not fantasy. This is your future. Keep your faith strong. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit expectant. The angels are working on your behalf right now. God is orchestrating details you can't even see. The Holy Spirit is guiding both you and your soulmate toward the divine collision that will change everything. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust the God who started this story and will bring it to completion. We love you. We're cheering for you. We're believing with you. And we can't wait to hear your testimony when everything we've spoken today becomes your reality. If this video blessed you, share it with someone who needs encouragement. Be the messenger that brings hope to someone else's day. And remember to comment blessed and ready, so we know you're in agreement with what heaven is releasing over your life. Until next time, walk in faith, live in hope, and expect miracles. Your Billionaire Soulmate song is coming, and the message in it is meant for you. Receive it, believe it, and get ready for the most beautiful love story you've ever been part of. Because you're not just going to read about it or watch it in a movie. You're going to live it. God bless you. Thank you for watching.